with everything with law enforcement now, everything is being watched and critiqued and videoed and everything. I definitely think that officers nowadays are slower to react than we once were. But that's also a very dangerous game because being slow to react may cost you your life.
And in a situation like that back then, there's not a ton of scrutiny and paperwork and whatnot afterwards. I guess you don't have the media like you do now overanalyzing it.
Well, you don't, but how it worked in Detroit at the time, if you got in a fatal shooting or it looks like it was going to end up fatal, you were immediately taken to homicide. Of course, you have to surrender your weapon you used, and then you have your union lawyer come down and your union rep, and you have to write a report on what happened right then and there. Now, times have changed a little bit, and we realize that you remember things after the fact, a couple days later, that you didn't recall originally. So sometimes it makes the person look like a liar. Said, well, you originally said this on the report, but why did you change your thing? Well, I didn't remember that till after. So like DEA, we had a policy. You didn't have to make a statement or report for several days after the shooting. So you have a couple sleep cycles to sit there and, more things came back to you. Remember what actually happened. So yeah, of course you go through the shooting, they take your weapon, they put you on light duty. You have to go see a psychiatrist. They do an investigation. You have to sit through a shooting review board. And it was, even though I knew it was a good shoot, it was pretty stressful. And that's actually the first fatal shooting that I ever had gotten into. And you have such a, you get fight or flight responses with all the chemicals in your body dumping into. And I tell you what, it's had such an adrenaline dump from the life and death situation. I couldn't even sleep for 3 days.